everybody, hello and welcome to another exciting edition of our Infinity Concertina journal thing. Down to the last double spread today, so join me in a minute.
More party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more help should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight.
So here we are then. Still got the back cover to do, we know about that, but this is the last double page spread. Look guys, look, we're all done. And all I've done is I've covered this is a stitched one, I've covered both pieces with just a piece of the design paper. I say just a piece of design paper like it's beautiful. And then I've just made an angle side pocket, and I made it with a gusset, give us a bit of room to get something in there. So let's see what we're going to put in there. Right, now if you are like me, by this stage you will have loads of remnants, so let's get the remnants out, see what we've got. I've got things that I did that turned out wrong and all sorts of things, but let's get them out and see. And we're going to make a you know what I'm trying to say, and I can't think of the word. Yeah, you know, I can't remember, we call it something board. Can't remember what it's called, it'll come to me. And I'm going to build mine on just a piece of ordinary copy paper. In fact, this is thinner than normal copy paper, and I do that because I know that I'm going to have to back my journaling cards or whatever it is that we make with something, and I know I'm going to stick these onto here, so I'm going to have the thickness of this, the thickness of that, and the thickness of whatever I'm going to back it with. So I want to make this as thin as possible, so the whole, excuse me, I've just had my lunch, whatever it is, doesn't come out too thick. So let's put the ink there because I'll need that, and I want my chopper because I'm going to need that, and let's get started. So just select any bit you like, and I'm going to ink around each of mine, but you absolutely don't have to. And I think some of these are a bit cockeyed. Yeah, well, they probably would be. And you can, whoa, you can always throw your glue on the ground. You can glue them, you can use sticky tape, whatever. Sticky dots things was what I was trying to say. Or glue stick. I've fallen out with my glue stick today because it's quite warm here, and glue sticks don't like generally being too warm. Masterboard, that's it. I knew it would come to me eventually. So I have no rhyme or reason. I have no plan here of what I'm doing. Yes, you're right, I seldom do. But basically all I'm doing is taking shapes that I have. Some would be too big, so I'll cut those down, and just sticking them on willy-nilly, you might say. So I could have gone along with this one, I could have gone up with this one, across with this one. I'm going to try and make that a square line there, up there, just to make life easier. And you can always trim off bits that hang over the edge. What have we got? How about this? Let's cut this in various places. Oh, that's damaged on the end, so let's just cut that off. We don't need damages. And let's cut that about there. Looks like a natural place for it. to be cut. So is that going to fit there? Bit narrow. How about this bit? Yeah, let's put that down there. So let's ink around there. Yeah, I was thinking mood board, but that was the wrong thing to say. When we finish this, guys, I've got a project and a half lined up, okay? And it's kind of not creating anything. It's sorting my craft room out. And what I intend to do is carry sections, because I've got all my stuff in plastic stacking boxes. And I want to carry like one stack through to the bedroom, lay it on the bed and sort it out from there. So, sorry, it's, I don't know, you may be interested to see what I've got in my drawers, you may not. I'm not sure really. That doesn't reach to the top, but never mind, it's what we've got. So we'll go with it. Let's trim that white bit off, because we definitely don't need that. And I want to cut this. Where do I want to cut that? Somewhere north of there. I've got a big square here now. Let's ink around it. Yeah, so we have our third day in a row that's sunny weather. It's supposed to break tomorrow and thunderstorms and all sorts of things, but at the moment here it is absolutely glorious. And it says it's 33 degrees out the back. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's blooming hot. Catkin's absolutely loving it. He hasn't been in all day. So he's having a nice time. Now then, what are we going to do? What about... Oh, I don't know. What about this piece? That's different, isn't it? Let's put that there, shall we? Take a risk on life and put that there. So you can use as small pieces as you like or as large pieces as you like. I'm just kind of being governed by what I had. Some I had cut up before we started, randomly. Others, that's just kind of what I had left. There we go. So let's pop that there. You can overlap your pieces if you want to. If it's easier for you to overlap them, then do that. There are, like I guess I'm trying to say that there are no rules. There are no rules. Let's just cut this up and see what we get. Let's cut that piece, that piece, cut this white edge off. I might leave that as it is. Cut this white edge off, cut that in half maybe, or thereabouts. And cut this way. I've got no room for all of this on my Masterboard, but we'll see what happens. So there's loads of good pieces there. So let's see where they're going to fit. I've got that, but I don't think I want two big pieces next to each other. I do like that one though. Yeah, let's do that one, that's nice. I mean, frankly, they're all nice, aren't they? This was just a way I thought of to use some of them up, really. I mean, some are going to end up in the remnants bin for sure. And whether they ever come out the remnants bin, well, you know, who knows. Okay, so let's pop that there. Button it up to the edges, the existing edges. Lovely. And I've already just used something like that. What about that? What about it? It's very nice. Because if you've been a much more meticulous crafter than me, you might not have so many remnants as I do. Yeah, I think that would go there all right. Oh, I've been on Temu this morning. I often go on Temu, truth to tell, and I, excuse me, and I put loads of things in my shopping basket. Then I take loads of things out of my shopping basket, and then I walk away. So I never get to check out. Never. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I do, but rarely. Rarely. So that's going there, and it's sticking out over the bottom a bit. It's fine. I can square it off when I trim everything else up. So you see, it grows quickly. What about just a piece of that up there? I think so. So let's just trim that off there. And this will stick out a little bit, but that's fine. There's an important rugby match on, I think, this afternoon. Well, it's a rugby match that's important to Mr. F, so he's not going out on his bike today because he's watching rugby, and as soon as the rugby finishes, there's 2 cricket matches. Oh my goodness. Honestly, and then the Isle of Man TT races, which I appreciate for you guys in America, you've probably never heard of before, but it's road racing. It's motorbikes that race on the road, and they go, I mean, it's on the Isle of Man, which is a smallish island between England and Ireland, and they close the roads on the island whilst this is going on. And what have I got? That. I could use that there. Yeah, let's just use that there. Actually, let's use this end. And the bikes, these bikes that are tuned to the hilt, go absolutely hell for leather, if you'll excuse me, for I can't think of another suitable expression, around a circuit which is 31, I think, miles long, and there are houses on the side of the road. There's brick walls. I mean, it's absolutely terrifying to watch it, but we watch it every year, and yeah, get equally terrified every year. But that's coming up at the end of May, so that's another sports thing to fit in. The Olympics will be later on this year. There's other cricket tournament. Oh my goodness. We're just snowed under with sports, but they're all good. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So what am I looking for? Perhaps a piece of this just to go down there. Let's cut this off. This was my first version of the page pocket, but It's too small really to be any good, so I discarded it. But of course I shoved it into the remnants box. So if I put that there, I need to trim this, and this I kind of do want accurate, so I want it about there. So where's my mark? There's my mark. Let's just check that fits. Perfection. It's quite relaxing to sit and do this actually. Mr. F's been out shopping this morning to Hexham, and he's obviously come back in time to have lunch, put the shopping away and watch the rugby, which suits me fine because that means I can make a video for you guys. So there we go, let's just plug on. What's the story here? Oh, that's completely stuck down. That is now destined for the bin. What about that piece though? That's nice, isn't it? Should I put that right along there? Why not? Although I could put a bit up there. Yeah, it's the same as that, so I don't want to use that there. Oh, got that piece. That's nice and bright and colourful, isn't it? So let's trim that to there. If you're not going to be stitching yours, you don't need to be quite so exact with your, you know, you can just overlap and have lots of jaggy sort of edges. That's perfect there, yeah, that's great. And I might have to overlap something here at the top where I am at the minute. But if you're stitching, you want quite a lot of straight lines that you can stitch on. And I am going to stitch mine. That's a nice shot of colour, isn't it? Lovely. Right, so we've got this bit to contend with then. Let's put something up here, I think. Maybe this piece. I think that would go there nicely. So I just want to cut it off about there. I don't know that we're going to actually need all this, this size. In fact, I know we're not going to need it, but you know, I can't stop once I start. So yeah, that's just a bit too big all round, but it'll be fine. I'll just chop it off. So you quickly get your paper covered. It doesn't have to be a lengthy process. You don't have to agonise over each piece. Just get it down there. Right, have I got any long thin pieces at all? Well, that's long and thin, but it's going to leave me with that. So do I want to just cover that like that? Possibly. which end looks better. That bit there in the middle looks the best. So let's trim that there and there. And I can afford to be choosy because these are just remnants. Where's my mark? I have to catch it in the light sometimes. Is that it? That looks a bit long. Let's just double check this. Ah, it's there. It's there. Okay. So if I bring that down to the top of this piece, yeah, I think that looks fine. Looks good to me. And that pretty much is that covered then. So that wasn't a big job. Not really. And we've used up quite a lot of our remnants. Still got loads to go, of course, as ever. There we go. So I have stepped it over that one, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. So let's put the ink away. Let's put the pin in the glue, which I must sort out. Oh my goodness. And let's just trim round that so it's nice round the edges. If you turn it over to the back, it's not difficult. You can see where things are hanging over. These papers are just so pretty. I don't think there's anything you could do with them that would stop them just singing how lovely they are. I love grunge and I love flowers, and this set, it's just so perfect. But I'd love to see what you guys, which papers you guys are using for yours. You know, we have a Facebook group, the Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal group, and if you do this, if you are doing this, or whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be this project, love to see pictures, please. There we go. So these are just scraps now. These can go back in our project box. And there we are, there we have it, we've got this. So I've already made one. Here it is. And I've sewn round it, and doesn't that look, oh, it just elevates it, I think, from this, which looks gorgeous, to this. Beautilicious. So I'm going to go off now and I'm going to sew around this one, and I'll be back in a sec. So there we are, there's our two masterboards done, sewn round. I'm not going to add any extra ornamentation to them because I really think that they are enough. I mean, they just are, they're beautiful. I thought I'd trimmed all the ends off, but I see an end there. Just trim that off. Now what I want to do with mine is make them into envelopes. So what I'm going to have to do is back it now before I punch the envelope shape out. So I'm just going to use that same paper. Am I? Yeah, I think so. Whoa, that's heavy. So I need a couple of sheets of that. And I'll stick it on before I cut the envelope out, because I'm going to have to stand up to put this back. Oi. Because if I don't, I'll just never get a piece that fits. So let's stick this down. So I'm going to use Floral for that, and I'm hoping it's going to be all right. So obviously I'm not going to use the entire sheet, but I don't know which pieces I'm going to use and which pieces I'm not going to use. So I'm going to have to stick the whole sheet down. And then I'm going to have to leave it for a little while till it dries before I punch the shape out, otherwise it'll just start moving around on me, which is not helpful. I'm trying to get some glue into the stitches, not to hold the stitching necessarily, although it will have that effect. It's just the stitch bits are always difficult, they're always resistant to stick. Let's try that. Let's try that and see what we get. So let's go from this end. Stick that down, follow the edge along. The beauty of Floral. There we go. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think it's fine. You can still see through this actually, but you know, it is what it is. You can still see those stitched lines, but I'm not overly fussed about that. It's nice and smooth. It's okay. Perhaps should have used something thicker, but this is thick enough. So let's get a brayer out, shall we? And give that a good press down. So there we are, that's that one, and it just needs time to dry. So I'll pop that up there, I'll do the other one, and then I'll come back to you when they're both dry. Well, I've left those for quite a while and I'm hoping they're dry before I start to fold them. And I've got my envelope punch board out, and I want something that is, let's have a look and see what we want. How wide do we want this? About 3 inches, I would have thought. Let's stick that in there. 5.5 might be a bit tall. 5, so 3 by 5 is what we want. So let's have a look. 3 by 5. My paper needs to be 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and the first notch is at 2 3/4. So 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. See if we can do that then. And get my board out. Okay. Oh, I'm going to need my extension-y bit. Oh, there's so much rubbish on this table. Well, it's not rubbish, it's prime crafting stuff. But yeah, it's sort of getting in my way a bit. Anyway, there we go. Right. So I think the thing to do is to square this end up, just in case I haven't trimmed it straight. So let's just square that up. And it's right on the end, and sometimes it wants to move, but that's fine. That's okay. So, right, let's do 6 3/4, which is there. Whoo, and let's trim that. 6 3/4. Let me just double check. Oh my goodness, be awful if I got it wrong. 6 3/4. Right. Let's do it. There we go. And we're left with that, and it's so beautiful. Woo. By 6 3/4. Let's not get carried away here. So I'm going to do it that way because this end is straighter, I think. 6 3/4. Okay. All right, that should be right. So let's do this one in exactly the same way. These edges look a bit straighter, to be fair, so 6 3/4. Just caught there on the stitching. Oh no, it's cut all the way up, so I'll just cut that. And just should have gone over it a couple of times. There we go. By 6 3/4. And that end is not just quite trimmed very nicely, so let's just see if we can trim that. Yep, lovely. 6 3/4. I'm glad I didn't put this on any thicker paper because it's amply thick enough. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So there we have it. We've got some classy remnants. They are classy. So now I can put my trimmer away and I can get my punch board to the ready. And the first one was 2 3/4. I thought it was. I was just double checking. 2 3/4. So let's get the scoring thing out. Get that right on the mark. Push it right up to the top and punch. Now this is going to be fun, scoring through here. Oh, it's not so bad. Not so bad. So you put that score line following this tail here and punch. Whew. I'm panicking. I don't know why I'm panicking. I just am. Well, not panicking, no, but this is right on some stitching. Draw that line in. And the last one. Oh. And put that score line in there. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. There we are. Whoa. Slightly wayward on that one. But there you are, you can see the score lines we put in, you can see the notches that we've cut, and it has cut through the threads, which is great. Let's put that to the side for just now. So what I want to do now is to ink all the way around this with my Scotch timber. And some bits, the top and the bottom, will get cut off, but it's just as quick to just ink all the way around now and then re-ink those couple of little bits when we get there. That side's already inked. There we go. Okay. So let's fold this up. So the two smaller ones are the sides, and I really hope this is good and dry. So let's burnish that one in. Yeah, I'm not sure that is. Oh, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We haven't got any wrinkles, which is always good. And fold that one in. That's pretty paper, that. They all are pretty, actually. Glorious set. And this one, I'm going to make this the bottom. No idea why, I just am. And let's burnish that in there. Now then, I don't like it when this bit pokes up, so I'm just going to make a pencil mark there where that crosses over, there, and here. And I'm going to trust myself to cut that. So there's my pencil mark. There's the one on that side. And hopefully, oh glory, look at that, that's rubbish. That is rubbish. Can I do it like that? I guess I can. I didn't want to, but that was terrible. Terrible. I think I'm just going to have to take off a bit more off this side. It's not what I wanted at all, but it is what it is. That's just absolutely deplorable. Let's cut that across there, like that. Yeah, okay, it's not what I wanted, but you know, nobody died. Nobody died, so that's all right. We'll live with it. Well, we're gonna live with it, no doubt about it. So what I want to do is put glue up here. And it doesn't go right to the top nowadays because we've sliced a bit off. I've got I don't know where my Timmy towels keep disappearing to. It's ludicrous. And up here. And that will glue the back flap down. So push those in, press this over, and that will glue those in place. Let's give them a bit of persuasion because the paper's quite thick. There we go. Excuse me, and then fold the top flap in. And crease that in place. There we go. So all I want to do now is take my corner around here. You could use the back of your envelope punch board. And I don't know, Mr. F just came in, so I think I might have just been saying I was going to trim that, round that corner off, and then I just inked it. So this is our card made. I'm just going to ink the inside section of the envelope. There we go. And let's do it all again. Where's my piece of paper? Here it is, right in front of me. What a ninny. Okay, 2 3/4 then. Oh. I must say, you know, I see some girls on the internet and they go through tools that they would never have bought and wish they hadn't bought and wasted money, etc. I must say the envelope punch board is not one of those things for me. I use it really often and I love it. And I would really not like to be without it. I find it very, very, very useful. So, of all the things I could recommend to you, I would recommend an envelope punch board. You can get quite a few envelopes in different guises in a journal, to be honest. And you, well, I think you would be glad that you bought it, but you know, far be it from me to spend your money for you. go. That went quite quickly, didn't it? Right. So that's just literally hanging on by a thread. Let's just chop that off. Get rid of those. Ink around it. It's so pretty, isn't it? It's just so pretty. Some of these pieces have been inked before, so they don't need re-inking. That was going to be another one of those occasions where I stopped mid-sentence and never went back to finish it. I'm terrible for doing that, I'm sorry. If it annoys you, I'm really, really sorry. I do it a lot, I know I do. I didn't ink the other one once we'd made it. Silly girl, silly girl. Right, let's fold these two smaller pieces in. And burnish them in place. This one. Lovely, and I'll call this one the bottom. Not for really any good reason. Right, let's see if we can make a better job of it this time. So a mark there, clearly visible, a mark there, equally visible, and let's cut between the two. See what we've got. Perfect! Why did I go so wrong the last time? Who knows? Who knows? So with this one I can go right from there up to the point there. Same on this side. And then the same on these ones here. There we are. Hold those in place, press that up. Perfect! How on earth did the other one go quite so wrong? Anyway, don't beat yourself up about it, it's in the past now. And it's not as if you couldn't use the envelope, because you could. Let's just press those into place. Lovely. Let's just fold this one over, like so. Burnish it down. Round the corner off with my biggest thing that I've got, which is that one, and let's put that away. After I've finished this today, which is close to being finished, I am going to tidy my desk a lot because I've got so much stuff on it that's not even pertinent to this project. Things that I've been trying out for the future and stuff like that. So that looks nice, but it just needs inking round. Oh, look at that, it's so nice. Round the edges. Just a little bit. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. As I was saying, I think it was in the last video I did, I was saying that pretty soon, once this project's finished, I'm going to have a massive sort out of all the drawers. And well, the drawers themselves, yeah, they are problematic. I'd be lying if I said anything else. But it's the stuff around them and on top of them and on the blinking floor beside them. I mean, that's just, I can't get into some of the drawers because of all the stuff that's lying on the floor. And I can't move the stuff on the floor because it's like a craft-along. Oh, excuse me, craft-along waiting to happen, as Julie would say. So yeah, it needs needs sorting. And I'm looking forward to it because it's, I don't know, it saps my creativity working in an environment like this. If you know what I mean. There we are, lovely. Right, so that's our 2 envelopes done. Let's just score the tops down again just so we get a nice crease on them. There we go. Now, let's see if they fit in the pockets. So which way do I want to put... Oh, I want to put some paper in them as well. Otherwise, there's no journaling on this page. Ooh, let's get a couple of sheets of this thin copier paper, which is ample for journaling on. Lovely. Right, see what fits in here. So if I fold that in half, no, maybe if I fold it that way. Yeah, I think so. Fold it that way. That's definitely going to fit in. Oh, it's definitely not straight. Oh, it is straight. Seeing things now. Let's fold that over there. Does that fit? Did that fit in there? Just about. Okay, so where do I need to fold it this time? How about a ruler? That might be a good idea. It's 3 1/4, so 3 inches is where I need to fold it, which is there. So I'm just going to put my finger on that mark, fold that up to there. Lovely, let's just crease that in. I'm just going to chop this other bit off because I think we're probably getting a bit fat. A bit too fat to fit in the envelope. There we go. Excuse me. So let's try that. Hopefully that will fit perfectly. Yeah, that's great. So this one, I need some measurements of it. I need to see where I need to crease it, which is there. So let's just do that then. Crease it there. Get it straight. Lovely. Fold this bit over. There. Then at 3 inches, I want to crease that up. You work your own way out for doing this. I'm just kind of ham-fistedly carrying on here. And the chopper. Chop that off. So you end up with quite a nice piece of journaling, which is good. There we go. So we've got some journaling in each of the envelopes. Come on, you know you want to fit. Oh, that's a bit tight, that one. That is a little bit tight. What's the story? Don't know. Don't know, but I know how to make it better. Let's just chop that off. See if that wants to fit. Yeah, perfect. Excellent. So we've got some journaling in each. They're not identical. Who said they had to be? Nobody. Pop that in there. Lovely. Great. Now they just need to fit in the pockets, and it's at this stage that I may break down. So do I want them that side up or this side up? I think that side up. I think that's prettier. So please fit, please fit, please fit. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. And this one. Yeah. That's gorgeous. That's really lovely. I love that. There's not much contrast, is there, between that and that? Maybe they could have done with being more, I don't know, but I like it anyway. So shall we indulge in a little canter through the book, just to make sure we have got each page done? So the back, yeah, we're still waiting to do that. The envelope page, and you can get away with that because you've got 1/4 spine down here. You know, you've got plenty room for that. The next page, oh yeah, that's right, that's what I was going to do. Okay, where have they gone? Yeah, I cut out with my punch, this punch, to, this is it's 3 inches. Is it really 3 inches? No, it's 2.5, so I don't know why they're saying 3. Maybe it's 3 that way. No, I don't know where they get 3 inches from, because it's not. But it doesn't matter. I cut 2 of those out. But any kind of tabs, tags, anything you like. And I just dotted them in ink, the same as we've done a million times before on this project. I used tea dye and I used ground espresso. Just put it on my messy mat, dab them in, and that's what I've got. And I think I just want to put some words or something on there. Some stamps, something like that would do, anything like that. I've got these out. They're on my desk. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? I kind of like those numbers there. So let's try and get those without getting the bit that's above them. Oh, I might have got that line, I don't know. Maybe the line was part of it. Oh well, doesn't matter. Whatever. Whatever. I'm going to get the line in this one now. There we are. And I think I'm just going to put that back there, maybe. Something like that. And with these rub-offs, you need your tweezers, which are here. Well, you don't really. They come with a stick that you can use to... But I like my tweezers to, well, firstly, in this case, separate them. Like that. So you take the backing piece off and then figure out where exactly you want this to be. Maybe up the top there. Yeah, maybe there. I haven't got a very good hold on this. Oh, come on. There. That's as good as I'm going to get. And I just use the back of my tweezers to rub those on. They don't take a whole load of rubbing, to be fair. And then you can just tease them away and see if you've got everything down. And if you haven't, just go back over it with your tweezers. Like that. And you get... The good thing about this, as opposed to stamping, they're really, really black. And I like that. So could possibly do with something else there. What shall I put there? How about fragile? I like fragile. let's just cut up there, along there. We're getting fancy with ourselves now, aren't we? Now we're decorating, my goodness. Oh, come on. Might have helped if I'd used slightly smaller scissors, perhaps. Whoa, there we are. Come on, don't fall off. There we go. Oh, this one's determined. It's determined to fly. I'm just going to pop that more to that side, I think. Like that. And just rub that down. There we go. Let's see. Sometimes they're a little difficult to pick up, but it's just because you've kind of rubbed them too hard, really. There we are. Fragile. Lovely. And this one I'll do something similar with. Like what? Let's put that big number 154 across the top. Where we've got these numbers. This is a nice bold font. Let's put it there. I think that's all right. See if we're there yet. Come on. I'm being particularly cack-handed today. Still needs a little bit of rub-a-dub. You ready now? Do you want to let go now? I think so. Oh, not quite. A little bit there. There we go. Lovely, nice fit there. So something else along the bottom. This one I want to go on that one, this one I want to go on this one, so I need something along there. I quite like this telephone one here. Telephone and a number. I think that'll fit. I think. These remnant rubs, I love them. I love rub-ons of all descriptions. I think 49 and Market, oh, their rub-ons are just supreme. I love them. They're very botanical, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm just going to put that there. They are one of the things that's held hostage at the moment in a drawer behind a stack of stuff piled up in front of it. Not that I would have used them for this, but if I wanted to, I couldn't have done without moving a whole load of stuff somewhere. Come on. Oh, missed a one out. There we are, that's great. So, now what I want to do is, well, you might have noticed that I have actually decorated these pockets, and the large numbers are rub-ons. These are just little bits from the Snippets Curator pack that I've just put on there, and I didn't mean to use 8, seeing as I've got 8 there, but once I did, I thought I'd better use one here because it marries up with that. So I'd have preferred them to be random numbers, but they're not, so they're not. And here I'm going to put this on our card about an 1.25 inches. Well, hang on, let's see. If I put that there above there, like that, or if I started at 1.25 inches, it's quite a long way down. 1 inch. Yeah, I'm going to put a mark on it 1 inch down from the top, which is where I'm going to start my... Let's put collall on this in case I have to shift it. Just dawned on me I haven't sewn around these. Oh well. And get that done before it goes away. Right, so excuse me. I've been cutting the grass today, and I think it's just, I hate it when people say, oh, it's my allergies, but in my case it is my allergies. So I want to start it just at that mark that we made. Put it there on the edge, like so. Press it into place. Does it look straight? I think so. Probably need something else there. I'll think about that. But if I do put something else there, it's just going to be a remnant rub just the same, so I'm not keeping anything from you. And that's going to go in there. And then this one, and I'm going to make a mark here, 1 inch down from the top. So say marry up. And I might put a hole and put a bulb pin through it. If I do, I'll show you, but at this moment I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There we go. Yeah, I thought I'd only glued one side there for some reason. So let's pop that there. Ooh, that just fits. Like so. And just flop this other side over. Just make sure that that's straight where I want it. Yep. Lovely. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think I want to put something else down here and probably a hole there and dangle something off it maybe. Not sure. But that page is getting more like being organised. I still haven't worked out why that doesn't want to go all the way down. I don't know, maybe I wasn't pressing it hard enough. So yeah, looking pretty nice that, isn't it? I like that. Then we go on to here. Don't know whether this needs some decoration or not. I really do like these cards that we made with the little embossing behind. Yeah, I like those. So that's them. Then the front. Then these. Yeah, I like that craft with the white embossed on it. Looks nice. And this, which was the page we were forced to make because this is the joining of the two pieces of card. And this with the two magnets and the journaling in there. And there's journaling in the envelope as well. Very nice. And we're back to the back. So yeah, we're all done apart from the back cover. That's the only bit that's still uncovered at the moment. And a bit of decorating perhaps, and then we can start on the journals. But the journals themselves, which are going to go there and there in big 1/2 inch ones, They're not going to be, in fact I'll show you what I did with mine, because they're not going to be megally decorated. It's more about the papers in them. I'll give you some measurements and stuff when we come to talk about them properly. Yeah, that way up. So I've got a sheet of this, which I'm lucky enough to have, and I know not everybody has it, but just maybe a piece of decorated, or a piece of coffee stain paper with a sticker up the side would be nice. Then I've got some paper to compose music on, coffee stained paper, a darker coffee stained paper, some beautiful Timmy coffee paper, which is gorgeous, and that's upside down. Need 12 at the top of the clock, my dear. Coffee stained paper, graph paper, tea stained paper, some dot matrix paper, and some coffee stained paper, and one more piece there. So there's quite a few pages in it, but I definitely don't want to decorate every one. I want it to be more like a notebook that actually functions as a notebook, and we'll put those on with no, not there, keep going, there. We'll put those on with sort of string, so you can't actually remove them and take them away. We'll bind the book together and then we'll attach it with string. So yeah, so we are getting to that stage though. So well done for keeping up so far. I hope my instructions have been clear enough for you to follow. Yay! So thanks for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you really soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.